Welcome to today's daily tune-in. I'm super stoked to bring you to Ukraine. I have been doing these videos for about 4 weeks now, and my husband told me the other day that he thinks that they're kind of boring, that I should switch up the whole production of them, so to speak, and this is so far from being produced. But I thought it was a good idea because we have been in such a transformation this past year to bring our lives to Europe and to live a dream and an intention that has been mine for almost my entire life, and that is to live in Europe. So while I'm here, I figure I will bring you on a little bit of a tour, and today, and I have been here for a couple of months now in Mukachev, Ukraine. So I'm going to start doing these videos all around town so you can get a little bit of a feel of where I live, and also I can bring you into an experience of truly transforming my own life. Because I'm telling you, to get here, to be where we are, and to live this life has not been an easy transformation. It has brought all of the aspects of transformation to be here, and yet I would not have made another choice other than to be here. So as much as I encourage you and I share with you in order to support your transformation and your elevation into higher states of being, I want to bring you into mine so that you know that I am in this process with you. So today, or last night, we got hit by a pretty large X-class solar flare. This is going to have some pretty significant effects on you. So I want to take you first over and show you what that looks like, because it was quite exciting. And I was on a call last night with a healing circle that I'm a part of. And for the 2 hours that I was on it, we had 4 or 5 other minor solar flares as well. So it's going to be a pretty impactful weekend for you. So let's get over there and let me show you what I saw. First, take a look at the Schumann. As you can see right here, you've got a lot of activity, probably most likely from the solar flares that are coming in. We've had some greater spikes here, but again, like we saw over here, we're getting both the mix of the white plasma light as well as this green healing energy. You see all of this red. The way that I look at the red is that's those main densities just getting zapped and triggered and brought to the surface. You can see down here as well, we've got some of those blasts also coming all the way down into the higher frequencies of us. The emotional 4D frequencies are getting quite a workout, and some of them are even coming down into the subconscious, into the higher levels. I'm sorry, not the subconscious, the superconscious, which is the higher level of frequencies. Again, zapping into those soul frequencies. This is the other thing that I wanted to show you. If you watch, this is the sun. These are some of the minor solar flares that were released in the last few days. But here in a minute, you're going to see the real big one. Boom. That's the X-class solar flare that just erupted. So these energies are going to be coming in, and those are going to be giving us probably some stimulation here on the Schumann resonance. We'll be able to see it here, but also definitely stimulating all aspects of you. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a lot of activity now, and there's going to be more coming in, whether it shows up on the Schumann, because sometimes things don't show up on the Schumann that you would expect. So it leads me to believe that sometimes it can be manipulated so that we're not fully aware, and yet if you're an empath or sensitive to energy, you are going to feel these energies quite powerfully. So I talk a lot about the densities that these energies bring out and how we can maneuver through those densities, but there's always an opposite expression as well to everything. So I want to really bring today's message to that awareness. So not only are these energies really kind of hitting those lower frequencies so that we are still continuing to purge, we're continuing to move those out of our systems so that we can become full and clear channels for our spiritual self. But at the same time, our spiritual self, our spirituality is being amplified in these energies as well. So that's also being worked out and worked up and bubbling up. So I've talked a lot about kind of having new insights that are coming to the surface, new interests that all of a sudden you're like, where did this interest come from, and why am I having this all of a sudden, and why is there such an urge? Those things are starting to bubble up more and more because your soul is being tickled like it has never been tickled before. And all of those times that you felt an urge, that you felt the silent whisper of it, it is now becoming louder and louder and louder and less ignorable. So just like those densities are becoming painful enough where you can't ignore them and you kind of have to start doing something about it, your spiritual self, your soul, is also coming up to the surface further and further because it is being awakened. That's what this grand awakening is all about. And when our spirit and our soul starts to come into more expression in our lives, it means that we can't ignore where our paths are taking us. We can't ignore that there's a desire for more meaning and more purpose in our lives. And you are now getting called into your divine mission, so to speak, here on our planet. Every single soul on this planet at this time is not a coincidence. Every single soul has their purpose here. If it's a dark soul, unfortunately, they're here to show us the opposite expression of the light. If you are watching this video, my senses tell me you're probably one of those people that are here to bring more knowledge, more wisdom, more of you to the surface, to the planet, so that you can shine more light onto our planet. And when that happens, the darkness starts to be seen more and more. So as your soul comes up to the surface, the darkness within you is going to be seen more. That's what those densities are. So your soul is awakening just as much as the densities so that you can actually go to work together. There's always going to be the darkness. We have to have it. And yet the light part of you, the soul part of you, the higher frequency part of you, as long as you allow her to take the lead, the darkness doesn't have as much power. When the light shines on it, the darkness kind of just fizzles out. There's going to be more. So all of this is just the flow of being balanced between the light and the dark between you. What has happened, unfortunately, not only in our personal consciousness, but our collective consciousness, is the darkness has unfortunately taken the power. It's taken more of you, which is why there is so much density in not only you, but also the collective. So when we start to balance out, we can then start to be in a healthy state of expression, both internally and personally, and then that's what we project out, and eventually humanity becomes more balanced. So do not deny not only the darkness that is bubbling up more and more in you, the more of those feelings that are coming up. Also, don't deny the urges, the silent whispers of your spirit, because that is just as important. And with this massive solar flare and the multiple ones this weekend, is your consciousness is going to explode open. Do not allow this to put you in fear. Do not allow these new realizations, these new understandings to take you further down into the darkness. Just understand that the new awareness is showing you what more has to be worked out. And once you work that out, then you become into a balanced state of light and dark. And that is where we are meant to operate here in physical form. It's a beautiful time. Take in these energies, and man, take care of yourself, please. Drink lots of water. Look, I brought you down to water because it's going to probably be an emotional weekend. Water, the water element it shows us pertains to our emotions. So it's gonna be probably an emotional weekend because a lot of densities are gonna bubble up. But then we're in, the sunlight's right up there. The sun is here to show us the light, to bathe us in consciousness. You are coming up, rising up in consciousness. This is an amazing thing for you. It's an amazing thing for me. So whatever shows up over the weekend, as these powerful energies roll in, just allow yourself to be in them, to ebb and flow. Imagine, usually there's ducks out there, but imagine the ducks, they just kind of bobble up on the surface of the water, and they go down the ripples, and they just ride along. That is your work this weekend, to ride along with the waves of energies that come in, the waves of energies that bubble up, because there's going to be really high highs with your spiritual self being worked out, as well as some lower lows with these lower densities still being worked out. Just be with it, sweet soul. This is a beautiful time. I'm so grateful to end this week with this beautiful energy that are hitting us and that are going to continue to. We just simply be in the higher consciousness, and that then builds the consciousness for the entire planet. Thank you for being here. I so look forward to Monday. I don't know where I'm going to do this video on Monday, but I'm going to take you on a beautiful exploration of Mukachev, Ukraine, while we're here, because we're planning on moving soon. I'm not sure where, but it'll be something really beautiful, a place that is magical, and I want to bring you into the magic of wherever I am. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on the next Daily Tune-In. Mwah! Bye. If today's Daily Tune-In brought you value and insight, please consider giving in return for that value by leaving a love offering. All donations go to keeping this platform operating and in service to humanity during these transformational times. To go even deeper into your soul frequency, please consider these offerings. For personal insights into your most pressing questions and concerns, get an energetic insight reading delivered directly to your inbox. To take a quantum leap in your transformation, book a personal session with Vedette. There are several options available based on how deeply you would like to go into your most desired soul-led life. To find more information and to book your sessions, please visit VedetteMayer.com.